Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Thursday Night Throwdown, brought to you in conjunction with the Armchair Dragoons. This is a little bit of revenge, because usually Thursday Night Throwdown is given over to Chain of Command and the wonderful campaign between our guys CT and Vance. But last week, I had dreadful internet problems. I was living in a cave, and not the kind that has the sun in the line. I was stuck in a cave and could not play Tabletop Simulator with my friends. That made me angry. And what we were going to do was the second half of what I'm calling the Dunzling Double, the Battle of Dunzling, done by Michael Hopper, typically for Shaco 2. And if I haven't said it to you before, hear it now. If you ever have an opportunity, if you love Shaco 2, if you love any battalion level Napoleonic game, and you have an opportunity to grab Michael's books, get them. Don't hesitate. They're wonderful. Pick the one that suits your fancy and go. His latest two are about the early part of the Peninsula. But anyway, I grabbed the Battle of Dunzling, and I wanted to look at something. Tommy, you are first, my friend. First, ahead of Red Sachs. I hope Red is okay. That's not usual. I suppose, lest Dalinor be peeved with me, I must needs go to the YouTube and put out a tweet. Pot-bellied Slim. Am I all or sundry? I just need to know.
Well, you've even got 5 likes already on 3 people watching.
I don't understand the magic. I just don't understand. That's all. That's science, and frankly, I'm just not going to science tonight. I'm just not going to do that. But there we go. So we're going to start. But anyway, I wanted to do this because I love Michael's scenarios. I love his maps. I think they do a nice range between these middle range scenarios and also the really big ones. He's got those too. But I did definitely want to know, and yes, I get picked on justly and fairly for having gotten this horribly wrong, the scale of a game. His maps are built around, and I don't mind showing it to you. It's no big secret. If you take a look right here, you can see his map. It's built around these 1-foot squares in the 15mm scale we're playing at. And whenever I've played Lasalle 2, another of my favorite rule sets, with this, it has always been the case that I've grown it by 50%, 100 or 150, I guess, so that these would wind up being 18 inches wide. Well, I wondered, can I use the same ones? Will it work? Does this make sense? And so I decided to do the Dunzling Double. And I have brought along for the ride the group that did it first in Shaco and resulted in a French victory. It was a French victory. First we have, but we've done a little bit of switching. The man who last commanded the French, the chronologist, has now joined the Austrians. Good evening.
Vive la France.
Oh, whoa. Was that Dalinor? Joining him on the Austrian side, where he was the very last game, Mike, OJ's dad. How are you?
Good. Welcome, Bernadette.
Oh, boy.
Every time.
Just like that. Kurt has dibsed sundry. Well, that's okay. That's a good place to be, I think. And now, having never before played Lasalle 2, but stepping into the shoes not of Napoleon Bonaparte, but Louis-Pierre Montbrun, we have our guy Achilles. Good evening.
Allons-y, mon ami.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah,
that's well done. That's what will
Avec
happen.
moi.
Avec tout. So we're gonna play this. It's the same scenario, the same troops. Let's talk about a couple of accommodations that were made that had to be made. Kept the batteries the same. Those guns are all there. One of the things that is at issue, I think, with Lasalle is the oversized Austrian battalions that were very much the case that were very much in evidence in 1809. There's a lot of ways that people suggested on the Honor Forum to deal with that. The way I eventually chose to deal with it was the suggestion from that forum, which is to take the size of the regiment and divide it by 600 and try to get as near as possible to an even number of battalions based on that. And I think it works pretty well. Where do you see that? You're going to see it right here. 1st Battalion, 44th Regiment. You're going to see the 44th A and B. 1st of the 44th A and B. So that's one of those oversized battalions. And what Sam recommends in the rules is that if you got one of those really big ones, just make 2 of them. Well, I don't want to do that consistently, or at least if I was going to do it, I wanted a consistent rule, so I did that. We'll see how that works. So we're going to be looking at frontages, we're going to be looking at the depth, we're going to be looking at movement rates, and see which one does better. So let's remind ourselves how Lasalle plays. Obviously, a great many differences between it and Shako 2. It begins with the momentum phase. In momentum phase, we're going to determine how many mo points each side gets. How do we figure that out? We look right here on the chart. There it is. Per brigade on the table, you get 1. Well, how many brigades do we have here? Anybody count yet?
I believe there are 2 Austrian and 3 French.
Correct. There are 3 French, 2 Austrian. So right there, you know that the starting over here is the Austrian. They're going to get 2. And Achilles, you're going to want to track this on that headquarters board you've got back there.
Okay.
So you're going to give yourself 3. You both have your baggage. Now you're going to have to put your baggage on a road. I wasn't going to tell you which one to put it on. You've got your baggage right there, Achilles. You have to put it right there, or you're going to have to put it right there. Losing your baggage is a bad thing. It represents your line of communication, your line of retreat. I'll let the Austrians do the same thing with their baggage. But if you've got your baggage, which certainly both of you do, you get 2 additional. So that moves the Austrians to 4. We will talk about, well, might as well deal with the general next. The general, and we've talked about this, Sam Mustafa does not like a lot of leaders on the board. That is not his thing. So there's really only one leader, and that is your chain of command. What a name. Franz Seraph of Orsini Rosenberg. Quite the Austrian. That right there is a Habsburg, if ever I saw one. Anyway, he is the army commander, and way over there, as I said, we have Montebrun as the French commander. And you're going to have a choice at the start of every turn. You're going to either choose to use him to get more initiative points, more momentum points, or you're going to reserve him to be able to slap him down on the table and everywhere within a radius make a free formation change. That could be of great value, but usually in our games, he's been used to increase the number of momentum available. And finally, there's the result of the skirmish rules. Well, that's the basic skirmish rules. We don't play the basic skirmish rules. We play the advanced ones. So it's just going to be on that basis that you get your momentum. The next thing we do is, as we say, we go to the skirmish phase. Every unit in Lasalle that is infantry and a few cavalry, but not many, has a skirmish rating. We'll take a look here at the 1st Battalion, 484th Regiment, Neustädter, and we see that it's got a skirmish of 2. The French always are ahead in skirmish rating, it seems to me, throughout the periods, even quite late, to be honest. But there are so many more Austrians that we discover that when we add up all those skirmish points, in point of fact, the Austrians will be rolling 34 skirmish dice. 34 dice. That's why, by the way, over here, our guy, Sean Connery, as Zardos, he is guarding this. You got to shove this all the way up to 34. And over here, the French have a seeming paltry 18. If you've watched us play these games before, you know that is a teeny tiny number relative to what our friends, the French, are used to having. Who else we got here? It is Haz. Good to see you, man. He's finishing Red is late because he was playing Grande Armée. Excellent. Now, the question is, did anyone at that game of Grande Armée attempt to stab anyone else?
With figures.
No, wasn't it paintbrushes too?
Yep, you're right. Paintbrushes and I don't think the figures were actually used. I think it was just the paintbrushes.
Yeah, there was stabbing with paintbrushes.
And were they cousins?
Yeah, and were they cousins who were married to cousins or something very similar? Yeah, so if this wait a minute, why am I not asking the obvious question? This wasn't that same group, right? because holy cow, that was the story of stories. But anyway. So again, this is not.
No stabby, he says.
Oh well, no stabby. All right. Well, there's. I won't lie. There's probably modest disappointment by some here. Not by me. Not by me. I think it's.
Sounds boring.
Yeah, right. It sounds like, what do you mean nobody died or was near death or something like that? So, well, one of the other things that we're going to do. Where's the thing I'm looking for here? There we go. Why am I not? That's what I wanted. We are not playing the regular skirmish rules. We're going to play the advanced skirmish rules, which we like. You're going to roll those skirmish dice. And then we're going to see how many sixes you get. How many sixes? And based on that number of sixes, you will then, by the difference between your number of sixes, you will get a certain number of skirmishers. This over here is a lovely, lovely, lovely Austrian skirmisher. There's a French fellow on the other side of Voltigeur. And what you're going to do with those guys is place them in front of other... Well, there's a number of things you can do with it, I should say. You place them in front of anybody that is no more than 8 base widths from the center of any of your units, which, by the way, is 16 inches. 16 inches. And it goes, you can't go through a different enemy unit to get there. It can't come within 2 inches of any cavalry unit. And those skirmishers then sit there for the entire turn, unless that unit first attempts to act, in which case it gets a free attack. If it attempts to volley or bombard, which is a shooting action, you get a downshift. You get a negative point assessed. If they attempt to rally, well, you can't. You've got to get rid of it. If you attempt to move or change formation, you get attacked with 1 die. And once they are removed through one of these actions, they're gone. So then we're going to have, so that's what Skirmish Phase resolves. Obviously, there's not much point in skirmishing in the early part, because ain't nobody near 16 inches from each other.
Yeah. Oh, I had a question. Are we going to have a chance to redeploy within our boxes, or are we going to leave as is?
Oh, you can absolutely redeploy in your boxes. Absolutely. Right. I just put you there because that's a rough space. I'll turn it on for you. Then it's Orders Phase. Whoever wins the Skirmish Phase gets to choose who gets to start. Here's your orders. Look at them. There they are. Don't turn that. That's naughty. Take a look at your orders. You will notice that these orders can either be force or they can be global. A force is a group of units. A global means all units. So let's say, for example, movement, well, that's only a force. This game is very forgiving in terms of movement, as Chrono pointed out yesterday, until you get close to the enemy, when things get real straightforward. And I do mean straightforward. One of the real innovations of the movement system in Lasalle is that trees, for example, and other rough terrain, they don't reduce movement. And again, I can't think of a single other game that does that. What it does instead is create a complication. Well, what's a complication? Everything you do here, every one of these things, costs you one of those momentum points you set up at the beginning of the game. So if you move, but you move in terrain, sorry, wrong one, that costs not 1 point, but 2. And you have to take that off of your list. You have to take that off of the units you use, or the points you use. So it gets expensive, but it doesn't slow you down. How far do you move? Well, that's right here. Units, as you can see, are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possible formations. I think we all know what those are. The big one is mass. This is all mass formation. You'll notice that changing formation is not part of movement. It's different. I also want you to notice one other thing. You've seen all this stuff about force. You've seen global. You've seen complications. What about interpenetration? You may interpenetrate, but it is a complication for most units. You notice this red over here? Interrupt. When you do all these things, rally, movement, change formation, near the enemy, that, and near the enemy, by the way, is probably the most important definition in Lasalle too. That's 8 inches. 8 inches. If you do something within 8 inches, if you do those things, that is an interrupt. You must ask your opponent, do you wish to interrupt me? And they may take over. So the sequence of play bounces back and forth. It's not pure I go, you go. We'll do combat when we get to it.
I feel like it's worth pointing out that all these complications add up. So if you charge
Yes.
through and interpenetrate any difficult terrain, that adds 3 momentum to the whole movement.
Yep. The one thing the French have that they like a lot, you'll notice that most of the infantry has a tack column. For example, these légers. That means it's not a complication for them to enter into melee, to charge.
Specifically, I believe, in mass formation.
Correct. Correct. All right. You'll notice there's this rule from bombardment. Everybody, I think, that plays Lasalle loves the bombardment rule. I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but I love it, and I think a lot of people do. This is a limbered artillery battery. When you are ready to unlimber it, that is a formation change, using that global formation change order. When you change formation that way, you take the artillery battery like that, you take the gun battery, you stick it just right there, right at the front of it, and you pull out the limber and you're done. Guns may shoot 45 degrees either way off their front. And what you do is you take from the dead center, you measure out, but you create sort of a lane, the width of the base that you can swing 45 degrees either way. Everything in that lane is subject to getting hit. If it's in the open, there are other factors like terrain and such. You're then going to roll 1 die for each unit that's hit, looking to get its, go figure, to hit number. There it is right there. It's a 4+. It then bounces through that unit along the path of your lane. Everything after that first one, you got to hit them on a 6. But it's a lot easier to show combat than it is to tell it, but that's how that works. No ammunition for either guns or musketry. Shoot away. Melee is actually very straightforward. Figure it out when we get there. What did I forget?
Are there any restrictions on what types of units can move through the trees?
I was actually just, quite seriously, about to look that up because we know that there were in Shaco 2.
Yes.
Let me
I
find
think the
them.
French aren't allowed to move through the trees at all.
Oh, is that it?
Nice try.
Is that the rule?
They're
That's
not allowed to move into towns either.
funnily enough, that is not what I heard, but okay. If you say so, Mike, I believe you. Because I know, Mike, you would never, ever lie.
I'm just reading what Has put in the chat.
Okay, well
Has would lie.
that is your first mistake. I would definitely not do that.
Has has been wrong, what, 1 time in 2 years?
A cavalry unit may not charge through or into woods, a town, or marsh. So no charge. That's charge move. Still looking. There we go. I don't see any restriction. It's a
So
complication.
cavalry. Okay, that makes sense. So cavalry can move through the woods, but it's a complication.
Yeah.
And artillery as well?
Yep. I don't see any restriction. Movement allowance. Oh, there we go. You get a difficult terrain. Ah, there must be a chart. I sense a chart coming. Why do I not have a chart? Oh, heaven's sake. Is there a... Sam is usually so good with this stuff. I feel let down. Combat result. Oh, there's more stuff here. That's huzzah. There's a... I don't know why I didn't bring this out. Oh, that may be a horse on me. Here we go. Charging. I see no such restriction. But I had a memory that there was a chart that indicated what was impassable. There is, and this actually is very substantial. I can't believe I let this go. There are essentially 2 movement allowances that each unit has. You see the unit, and it actually depicts it right on the chart. You'll notice that it's in this formation. If you're in the open, its full move is 4 base width, so 8 inches. Mass is 12. March is 20, etc. You'll notice this gray 1. That is all you are allowed to move if you are within 8 inches of the enemy.
Oh, I found that chart you were thinking of. It's on page 25.
Okay.
And woods are impassable to artillery.
To artillery. Okay, there you go.
Everyone else can move through woods. Artillery cannot.
There it is. Thank you. I knew there was such a thing.
I went to the index, and Divil Train was on page 26, so I went and looked in that area.
It's very strange that he wouldn't put that... Well, who am I to judge? He does such a great job otherwise. I'm not going to over-criticize that. Yes, that's the chart I wanted. Cheapers, creepers. Yes, stream. Yeah, it's difficult for all, but all may pass. It does obstruct artillery bounce. And then, yes, woods, difficult infantry, obstructs all, cover all. Impassable to artillery. That's interesting. The only thing that is impassable in Lasalle are woods, marsh, and a major river or lake. The first 2 to artillery, the second to all. Otherwise, it's just a complication. All right.
And I suppose, depending on scenario, you could also designate certain things as just impassable, because it's very
sure.
sheer or whatever.
Yeah. I imagine it's something like Coruña, you'd want to build that in and stuff like that.
I don't have to worry about the artillery very much since I don't have any.
That is
was
also true.
That was my thought last game. I was like, last time I played this as a French, like, oh, an artillery.
All right. So let's get stuck in. That's kind of what I want to feel. Remember, don't lose these guys over here in the trees, French people.
Yes, good old Gilly in his suits.
Yeah, don't Gilly in the Gilly suits. That's right. The other thing is, remember, there is to be considered a point for taking of Dunzling, a point for the taking of Saalhaupt, and a point if the French have a unit still in these trees. We're going to let it be this. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. In this case, he has to take both parts of Dunzling and both parts of Saalhaupt.
Let me have a look and see what those rules tell me.
In the other one, in Shaco, I think they were...
Yeah, it's any Dunzling sector, correct.
Yeah.
And that's what it will be. And it's the same thing with any one Saalhaupt sector, but it's only one. So it's not like you can get more than one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can just get one for holding one, and that's it. And it's a 12-turn game, assuming we get there. So,
Fair enough. Is there an order to which we have to place our units?
yes,
Like,
a very fair point also. We look here and we say, who deploys first? Who deploys first? The French. They will deploy first.
I was guessing as much since I'm on the defensive here.
Yep, away you go. That's your space.
Okay. So to place a unit in town, they just go into square, or
No, yeah, what they do, they have to go. Lasalle is actually quite precise about garrisoning it. But if you put that unit there in
it
LaSalle,
stays there?
it never leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just put them there and they're not garrisoning it, they can stay there as long as they want, move out of it as long as they want, but they're a bit restricted on what they can do. If you want them to be able to shoot out of it and gain the benefit of the garrison as a defensive position, you have to garrison, but then they don't leave, as Jim said.
Mhm. All right. So to show them as garrison, though, they have to be in square. Is that right?
It's a kind of a square, yeah.
It's a bit strange because he doesn't really, because you can kind of move them around a bit. Like you can have two bases facing out the front.
You place the unit's bases in such a way that they each face outward and each is less than 2 inches from the town's edge and still in contact with one another. The precise arrangement and facing is up to you.
Because, yeah, and that's kind of important because they do, when a unit fires, they fire the individual bases.
Correct.
Okay.
So you would absolutely not want, if you can at all avoid it, to put a guy facing this way.
Yeah, because it's pointless. Yeah.
He is wasted.
I'm guessing.
And they do have to be in contact with each other.
They can't sit on both parts of the town, can they?
Correct.
Okay. So this one's going to have to be facing the other way.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's actually very much what they show in the book. Yeah, we lost Ian because God knows he was digging a lot last night.
I'm supposed to be tired.
Now, if I put them into line, I lose skirmishers?
No. You lose skirmishers only if you put them into march column or square.
In column. Okay.
Yeah, I think the 3 formations are column, square, and town garrison where you lose skirmishers.
Mm-hmm.
So for line for this, is it 3 forward, 1 rear, or 4?
Nope, all 4 to the front.
Ah, very good.
It's one of the issues we're going to be watching very carefully to see if we have enough proper space. Because lines are big in this sucker.
Where is the... Oh, this whole thing is Pajilla. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chrono, I threw a note for you in
Oh,
the chat.
let me take a look.
Yeah, no hurry.
And you're okay with putting your baggage on this road right here?
Yes.
Because it gets locked in place and never moves.
Oops. Did not mean to do that. There we go.
Full brigade of really good heavy cavalry.
Oh, yeah. These guys are no joke at all.
Wait, are you guys supposed to have skirmishers?
Oh,
These
curiosities.
curiosities, these
Why would
curiosities are all
I-
skirmishers apparently.
Why would they have skirmishers? What did I do there? See, this is why we do these things. Talk amongst yourselves. I didn't give them points for it. It's pretty hard to get 13 skirmish points and have that, but that's very likely just a vestige.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of that. It's a lot of copying and pasting. There. And now they don't.
Okay. Is there a command radius for the army commander?
No, the army commander actually sits off the map the whole time until you slap him down.
Okay.
You're almost never going to see him on the battlefield except at that moment when he either gets used for initiative or maybe for a formation change. But
But they, for a unit, for the whole unit to move in one use of command points,
yeah,
they need to be connected, right, to each other?
Yes, and that's a force, and they must be 8 inches. They must be in the same brigade and no more than 8 inches apart.
Now, what about Gilly's guys out here in Salholt?
We have always, I think we will follow the spirit of the scenario instruction, which says they can be ordered separately. They wind up having to be ordered separately.
Okay, just
mean,
like in the Shaco game.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and you could always order individual units in Lasalle. It just costs a lot of momentum to move them individually.
Okay.
It's relatively expensive to do so.
I believe that I am done.
Alrighty.
Yeah, let's do
Chrono
two
and
of them.
OJ. Ooh, starting over the bridge, saucy. Hey, David. Good to see you, man. It's Thursday, though. It's a Thursday night throwdown.
It's probably Friday for him.
Are we there yet? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it
It
is.
would be, yeah.
It's Christmas Eve there. Happy Christmas.
Hey, somebody had a question about some bases further up the chat. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't.
Was that Pump House? For Pump House, it's always Friday.
Yeah. Oh, Kurt, I see. Yeah. Well, part of what we're looking at, here is whether or not the trade-off is acceptable. Um, it's and frankly, even Shaco, which I think does a very nice job of dealing with those battalions, just gives them an extra kill. I've had some conversations with folks who have recommended to me, and I haven't adopted it. I went with Sam's basic recommendation, which is to create an additional unit. So now, like I say, you've got 2 of these 4 base units representing 1 battalion. So they're that bigger meteor battalion. But, and this is a big however, I didn't go in, as some recommend, and increase either their strength, which I just don't think is right, or their resolve. A lot more folks have recommended you might goose up their resolve to represent the larger number of guys. So I didn't do that either. So we'll see.
Yeah, I can see argument for like maybe giving, if you're just trying to represent them as 1 unit, maybe bump their strength up by 1, maybe, but just reflect the fact they can take more casualties.
Right. And I think that's the argument for resolve ultimately. But you're right, that is casualties. So,
but I'm interested to see how the double battalion plays out, because I think they're both valid and they both have different pros and cons. So.
Yeah. And I figured it was Sam's approach, so hey, he wrote the rules. I give him a shot, right?
May as well.
All set?
I think I'm ready.
OJ?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Well, everybody loves this. We've already set our basic momentum, which means we've got to scooch over here and roll some dice. Remember, you're going to roll these dice right here, and you're going to hope to get 6s. 34.
Should we roll for our generals?
Oh, I was just going to... Yeah, I suppose you should. You've got... I just want to make sure I gave you... Yes. So I asked this question at this point in the turn. I was so excited to do the dice fountain.
All right, fair enough.
It was there's this point in the turn, Achilles, is where I say what you want to do with your general. As I say, you can hold him later to maybe do an emergency formation change, or you use him right now to give yourself a little extra momentum. I know what Chrono is going to tell me. What do you want to do?
I'm going to use him for momentum.
All right, so you're going to roll 1d6 on this little die roller over there, and 1, 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4 is 2, and 5, 6 is 3. So Chrono gets 1.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I've marked up to 3 for my brigade. How much does the baggage add?
It's right there. It's 2.
So I should go to 5.
Correct. And now you're going to roll that 1d6.
Very good. 6.
Ooh, 3 more. So that's 8. Now you say 8's a lot. The problem is we're used to dealing with things where it goes off the chart. So we'll find out what happens there. But the real important
1
is So it's 8 to 5, but that's not what determines who goes first. That's the skirmish phase. So hit your dice fountains. They're all queued up for you.
Oops. Hit the wrong button, sorry.
7. Two. So the Austrians would have an advantage of 5. 5. So we'll clear that. Now that gives them 5 of these skirmish markers, but I don't think they've got anybody within 18 inches that they can see.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. But you do get to go first. So Chrono, away you go.
Let's see. I'll start with these guys over here.
Force order?
Yep. Just order
Mm-hmm.
all these guys in the open.
Yep.
They're going to give them a move order, funnily enough. We're going to try and use this bridge so you don't have to take a complication.
Fair enough.
And let me refresh my memory. Mass is 6 base widths, which is 2 inches for our purposes.
Which is 12. And you'll notice Achilles, he's not, all he's tracking is basic distance. Nothing else matters.
It's as Sam said, I think for wheeling, it's as you measure the furthest distance that any individual base moves.
Right. And if you squeezed it all the way out to 12 inches, I'd probably make you give me an inch.
Yeah, I'm giving myself like 2 for this wheel here that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Since that was our basic, that's how we did Shaco.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I definitely thought about that, Kurt. I really did. I decided to keep it basic and see what happens, but other things will be explored if the results are not satisfactory. All right, well. All right, Chrono, halt. If you want to make that not a complication, it's got to be in March column.
oh, okay. Then I'll eat the complication, I guess, because
Mhm.
I've already done it. So
Yeah, I
it's
think
how I
that-
deployed. So
Yeah.
I'll just move them up there, and
Bridges.
I'll be
By the rules, bases may only be one base width wide. Bridges.
All right.
Bridges.
I will hand that over to Red, since now we're down to 3.
OJ,
Sorry, OJ. Why did I say Red?
because we play with
Snap.
red a lot too. So that was why. And just to explain to Achilles, why was that 3 points?
Well, it was 2 points, one for the basic movement order, and then another point because we're basically passing through this difficult terrain of the stream
Mhm.
because we're not narrow enough to actually pass this bridge in proper order.
There it is.
All right.
OJ, what you got?
So I'm gonna work on moving my cavalry.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got 8 move.
16 inches.
Oh, 16. What was
Mhm.
I thinking? I thought in mass they
Oh.
were 8.
Mass. Cavalry mass. Yeah, it's 8 base widths, which is 2 inches each.
Oh. Okay. Just read that.
Big distances. And you see, now is that you doing that, Achilles?
That's
No.
me.
I was going to
Uh,
say this is something, Achilles, you will want to pay attention to. What he's doing is he's measuring the 8 inches around that unit. The minute Mike hits that, he has to drop to his reduced rate. Sam's whole narrative is units are going to do whatever they want to do until they get near the enemy, in which case their movements must be very precise. A lesson Palamas might have learned. Crowder, why did you done yourself 2 rather than 1 for moving? I lost Chrono.
No, I'm sorry. So I had to step away for a second.
Oh,
I'm
no
back.
worries. Why did you done yourself 2 rather than 1?
Because I cannot use the bridge effectively in mass, as you
Right.
told me.
Right. But that's still just 1 point to move.
No, it's 1 point to move and then another point for the complication.
Okay, but you
Difficult
said
terrain.
3. You said 3. That's what was confusing.
Oh
me.
no, I said I was down to 3 from.
Oh,
5.
dig it! I got you. Thank you. That's what confused me. Appreciate it.
I heard that too, Jim. I heard him say that he was down 3. That's the way I heard it too. So
Okay.
it wasn't
It's
just you.
like, I thought, geez, I haven't played this rule in 100 years, but
And then can I unnumber these guns at the same
no,
time?
that's a formation change.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure. Well, even for horse cavalry.
Yep.
Or horse artillery.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
Formation is formation.
artillery move? I forgot to look.
Limbered.
What artillery?
Limbered artillery moves. Is it foot? It says foot gun.
Yes.
20.
So it's 20. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a lot.
Yeah. How many movement points am I up to there, Chrono?
Just one.
Just one so far?
Mm-hmm.
I can
Well,
move.
if you can't cross the bridge in mass formation,
Oh, right.
it'll
So
be
it costs
2.
2. Yeah. Right.
So we're going out very quickly right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I won't cross the bridge with these guys yet, but I'll at least move them up to the bridge.
But that's a different force, which is going to take 3, which I think is going to be all your points, right?
Oh, you and me hold off then, Chrono? Or...
I mean, you could add them to that force since we're all within that chain. So you could move them all on the same momentum dice. So you might as well move them up to the bridge since
Yeah.
Right, that's what I was doing. Is just
it's going to
getting-
cost
Well,
you no matter what.
well, they're not. Are they? That's right. They are the same brigade, aren't they?
Yeah, they're both
Neustadt, yeah.
I guess that's the question. Should I go ahead and start moving them onto the bridge?
You might as well. You're paid the 2 momentum anyway.
Yeah, I was
so-
going to say you paid the cost.
Yeah.
Oh,
8.7. You get 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Okay, let me ask about sequencing. If you move, you can't fire?
Absolutely can. It's just a separate point.
Wow.
Okay. I'm done.
All right. So that was 2 from Chrono, 2 from OJ. So you French people have 1 left. You have not come, or the
You're
Austrians.
Austrian.
You have Austrians. You have 1 left. You have not come to within 8 inches of the French. So you are entitled to continue if you wish, or you can pass.
Do you want to use that last point to unlimber those guns?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll do a formation change,
All right. You
which
know
is
how-
technically a global order, but I don't think I have anyone else who wants formation change. at this
Yeah. I
point.
mean, well, it's not a big battle. Let's face it.
Both artilleries, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's global. So.
Oh yeah. Going back to sequencing really quick. Every unit can do all of the orders in a turn, but only once,
There you go.
if they're capable of doing it. Infantry can't bombard, for example, but
As much as they want to.
as much as they would like to shoot the enemy from very far away.
All right, so that is actually all the Austrian momentum.
Yeah. So now it's all over the French.
Yeah, French, it's all you now. Away you go. What do you want to do?
All right.
And maybe if you want, you can just describe what you'd like to do, and we'll figure it out for you.
First, I'm moving the cuirassiers,
Mhm.
Guiton.
All right, this is a force, so all these guys can move on a single point. And you can look over there and see what is their... one of the things that is a subject of some discussion in Lasalle is whether or not cavalry can form line. In the basic rules, they cannot. They form mass. 16 inches. Here they come.
If they're going, say, diagonally, do I need to wheel them first?
Nope. Oblique away.
Oh, movement is very generous in LaSalle.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it.
But if you hit the trees, like you just did, that's a complication. Cost you another point.
Okay,
Stay
that
up
is
then.
acceptable.
Yeah, like I say, the movement only gets even a little bit fussy once you get close to the enemy.
You can change facing. You can turn about. You can do whatever you want, as long as you stay within your designated movement limit.
You're gonna have to. You are you in those trees on purpose?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
This is all one unit, so it's costing me 1 extra point. Is that right?
Correct.
Mhm.
This whole thing is going to cost you 2.
Okay. So that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's another 1, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now the regiments, different regiments don't matter as long as the same brigade.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Can you give me a mark for 8 inches from that cavalry?
I'm surprised nobody has developed. If you've ever played DBA, you know that there's a Phil Barker tool that is a base width. I think I'm pretty sure it's 40 millimeters square, 60 millimeters if you're playing 25. I'm surprised
So
nobody's yet built a Lasalle tool that is exactly 8. It's a stick 8 inches long.
Well, it depends on what base width they end up using.
True, true, true. How many clicks you got there?
3.
3 clicks. We know that's 6 inches. Line. You got 8, so you're good.
And what is there? Now, if they move to the 8-inch mark,
Mm-hmm.
that what does that do? That costs me an extra momentum. Is that right?
No, if they
Nope.
get to within 8, if
Oh,
you're
he can interrupt.
if
That's
you're
right.
yes after your move, far more relevantly, this is the big thing. When he gets to within 8 inches of you, his movement drops off a cliff. It goes from the current cavalry en masse, which is 16 inches, to 4, which provides you the opportunity to form square, do whatever it is you think you need to do to respond to that horse. You don't want to be advancing on horse with infantry. You've got to let them come to you, because otherwise they're going to run you straight over.
Sounds reasonable. Okay, so that cost me another 1.
Okay, we got to this point in the battle a lot faster than in check.
Oh yeah.
Holy cow.
Okay. So I'm done.
You're going to leave Gilly over there where they are, just checking?
Just at the moment, yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, that's it. Well done.
Now,
Yes, sir.
you said in the sequence, if I spend another point,
Mm-hmm.
I could fire or something.
Yep,
Like if
exactly.
I had a shot right now,
Mhm.
I could spend a point and fire.
Yes,
that correct?
that is volley, and that allows everybody on that board to fire.
Okay. Just checking. I just want to make sure I have the sequencing in my head.
Of course.
Okay.
All right.
In theory, you can fire at any point in the turn.
Yep. If you have the points. So you're done spending points. Obviously, the French are out of points. So they
The
got
second time.
for
We're Austrians.
Yeah. I'm you know
Guys,
you know where my prejudices are.
it's true. It's kind of switched.
There are no reinforcements, there's no marker step, and there's no victory determination. So nothing there. So it's turn 2. We now do our same thing where we count through per brigade on the table, 3 to 2. Nothing's changed there. Baggage is still in place, 2 points for each of you. Will you both be using your general for momentum?
I believe you will.
Yes.
Roll 1d6, please.
Again. Oy.
You starting last night, man.
Last couple of weeks, really.
Right.
Oh,
Wait.
I
I'm
rolled a
sorry.
1.
what's that? What's that,
You-
Mike?
Do you get the 2 points, or do you divide that by 2?
No,
don't
it's
remember.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1,
That's
2
right,
is 1,
that's right.
3,
Yep,
4.
yep.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah, it's a
1.22.
D3.
Yeah, there you go. More elegantly put. There's a turn track right there. Who knew?
Yeah, but what one's that?
That's it.
That's not
So, and now we go back to our skirmishers to see who has the skirmish. I think there could be some skirmishing this time. Hit it.
Is there a, oh, I was going to say, has there been a change in numbers?
Nope, nobody's changed. I don't think anybody's changed formation.
It depends on if you're counting this guy who's in the who's a garrison.
Oh, is he? Is that's right? That's a garrison. He's got to come out. So the French will have to drop 3.
Ouch.
Usually you're using the other foot. Usually the French are
Yeah,
out
usually the
freaking
French are
everyone.
whipping you. It's just they outnumber you so dramatically. So hit it again, please, if you would, Achilles.
Okay. At 13, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right.
How many you got, Chrono?
In sixes or dice
Sixes.
and rolling?
6s.
1,
Six-
2,
six
3, 4,
sixes.
5, 6.
5. Difference is 5. You're gonna get the first turn, and you got 5 skirmishers. 18 inches away. What do you got?
Is it 16 or 18?
I thought it was. Oh yeah, it's 16. 16. From formed infantry. Yeah, they'll get one.
You're right. Cavalry can block these, but they have to be within like
2
2
inches.
base widths of. It's
No,
like is it 2 or 1
It's 1 base width. Pretty sure.
of the front
Yeah.
of the cavalry unit, right?
Yeah.
You can't really skirmy. Can you skirmy garrison? I don't think you can skirmy garrison.
No, you cannot. There's nothing to skirmish.
I think they're just out of range, so that's all we got.
Well, there's not a lot of troops either, right? I mean,
It's all a ton of cavalry. We can't skirmish cavalry.
correct. Oh, you can. It goes badly for the skirmishers.
You can do it once.
Yeah, and you quickly learn what the deal is with that. That's funny. I was looking at the sharpshooter rules. I don't know. I think I like them, but I'm still not there yet with them. Where'd it go? There we go. I just want to make sure on that, but I was pretty sure.
I don't think cavalry is going to stop him this turn. I'm just trying to remember what the distance is.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but you can't shoot in a garrison anyway.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. It's one base. It's just within 1 base width of a cavalry. Period.
Yeah.
Don't matter.
They've got a bubble around them, yeah. Yeah. And I don't think they're. And it's within 2 inches of the line though, right? So the line goes like this. And they're not. And they're
Is it
not.
just center? Is it just
It's-
center?
Yeah, that's a good. You know what? Let's do it right, because no, from the center point that is contributing. Oh no, it is. That's interesting. He doesn't draw it that way, but from the center point of any of your units that is contributing to the center point of one enemy foot unit. Yep. So shoot, that's still not 2 inches from that horsey.
Oh no, just thought it would be worth discussing to make sure.
100%. Okay, so he's skirmishing at him. He's got skirmies. Anybody else got skirmies? No?
I'm not in range of anyone.
All right. French are up. Go.
Austrians.
Austrians.
3 times.
Keep a counter. You can put a counter out here. Just copy this counter. We can use it.
Cripes. How many times dummy says French?
Do you want to take care of stuff on your side? I guess we only have 5 points, so you got to use them very sparingly.
Yeah, can we bombard?
Yeah, we can do the one for bombardment.
I figure we might as well just go ahead and use it, get it out of the way.
Yep.
Is it bowling alley on the artillery?
Well, it's
Yeah.
a bowling alley, but you can turn it. So you can do that.
Okay. I think that's what I want to do. Take the horse artillery against his horse.
All right. And so let's go through this for Achilles. We take a look at the stats on that horse artillery Neustädter. We see that they have a firepower of 3. That's how many dice they're going to roll. They need 4s. So they're going to roll 3d6 looking for 4s.
Two hits.
2 hits. Now the trick is, can Mike make those hits on you stick? He looks at your hussars and see they have a resolve of 5. He's going to roll 2 dice and he needs a 5 or a 6. Neither
No.
stick, so there's even though they got you, no effect.
And then the foot artillery is going to go against the 1st Battalion.
Mm-hmm. And once we see here, that's regular foot, so they got a 4, and they need a 4 or better. 4 dice for 4.
Ah,
2.
2 hits.
And now he's going to try to make it stick on your Leger. 2 dice for 4 or better.
2 hits.
Both hit.
Oh.
So what happens? I go in here and I got to mark your guys. You'll notice they have a strength of 6-2. They now have a current strength of 4. When you get down to 2, they're shaken. It's like fatigued in Blucher. You can't advance. You're disadvantaged in combat. You can attempt to rally. That's one of those actions. You'll see it right on the table. It's an individual unit action. You can attempt to rally everything but your last strength point. You never get that back. When obviously your strength, you take more damage than you have strength, the unit is removed from the table.
Got it. Is there a canister range in Lasalle?
There is. Where's our guns?
It's a volley range, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, so 8 inches and in? Okay.
Trick with canister in this game is that the guns get to double their firepower dice.
Yeah, the first time I saw that I was horrified.
I can see why.
And it's like, oh my god, that's going to hurt so very much.
Well, it's the equivalent of an entire battalion online, basically.
Yeah. No, I don't know as I had a problem with it. That didn't mean I wasn't horrified by it. All right, so that's a bombardment. We look at bombardment and we see, strangely enough, and it's a curious choice, but there it is. It never interrupts. So they spent a point and they can keep going.
You want to do some movement on your end?
Go ahead. I'll
Okay.
let you take.
I was just double checking some rally stuff because it might be pertinent.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, I will activate this group up front here that is out of the difficult terrain,
Yeah.
and I will move them up the road.
Here they come.
That's 2. Give me 8 inches from those guys in the trees.
All those
Oh, you
guys,
got it?
they're
Oh.
lurking into trees.
Oops.
Look at them in their filthy lurking.
That is 1 point for us then.
I will say this has. Let's make a couple observations. First of all, holy cow, you forget how quickly Lasalle moves. Not just in terms of the pace of the game, but just in terms of the units. Oh my god.
However, my command and control may break down here as I've had to, or preserve momentum. I've left these guys behind.
Uh-huh.
You want anything you want to do over there, OJ?
No, go ahead.
Odd arguendo for what it's worth, Chrono, and I don't know you want to go this way. You could have put when he dropped those guns when he unlimbered them.
But he was all the way back here on the road, stuck in between two units. It wasn't really a good place for. Oh, to put these guys in the marsh, you mean?
Yep.
I could have done that, but I didn't. So.
All right, just saying.
So I will pay 1 for formation change.
All right. Global.
And I will unlimber these guns.
Oh, there's guns up there. Jiminy crickets.
And I will also formation change these guys, as was suggested to me.
Mm-hmm.
Although it might be tricky, because I think might end up complicating it, because the trees are very close here.
Well, it depends. No, it doesn't though. It's whatever you want to do. Remember? So you just shove the line back. You just can't. You can actually, as long. Well, yeah. What are you gonna do?
So I could do. The problem is I can do this guy in the back easily, but then this guy up here is going to run to the trees.
Yeah, because you've got to do it from. You've got to pick a base, right?
Yeah, you have to pick a base and then form off that.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys are tight. Well, these guys are supposed to be out of the trees though, so I think they'll be enough for him. So let's try this.
There you go.
Any formation changes you want to do over there while we're at it?
Well, these guys are already on the bridge, so I don't know that there's any point to doing that.
Do the 2 behind them, but I mean, you have to activate them all as a force anyway. So yeah, I guess there's not really a point.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we've got 2 points left. So do you have anything you want to do over there?
I can move 44th Regiment, can't I?
It'll cost us 2, but yes.
That'd be
Is that
all
okay,
the
or
points.
do you need a point for something?
I think I'm good for now.
Okay.
I'll use our last 2 for that.
Yeah. How
So you
far
can do
can I
all.
move?
Yeah, you
12.
can. And yeah, you can move this guy too.
Okay, I couldn't remember the trees slowed him down. Well, he's not part of the 44th though, is he?
But he is part of the same
Part of
brigade.
the same brigade.
Okay. Get all 12 up here.
Well, actually, remember that 8 inches though.
Oh, yep. Thank you. I forgot all about that.
So they hit that. They what is it? It's 2 base.
And then it drops. Yeah, it drops down to 2 base widths or what he had left, whichever is less. No, 1
So you
base
try-
width. It's
you
1
want-
base width.
Do you want to get with an 8 there, or do you want to stop outside of it?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and move on up. So I was at 4.5 inches.
So you get another inch.
Or
Or 2 inches. You get 2 inches.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
That's
at that point, can I interrupt?
Yes.
Yeah, once he's done, you get to, once this movement is done, you interrupt. Yep. It ain't gonna matter because they're out of points, but yeah.
Yeah.
So you get 2 inches from there. Yeah.
Well, that's just wrong.
Is it okay if I hit the river here?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you paid.
You,
for
al-
the
you already
either way.
paid for a complication, so.
Okay.
And with that meaning all their Mo is gone, it's up to you, Achilles.
Okay. Now here's a question: if I move into interrupt range on them now, but they have no momentum left, does that mean they can still interrupt me?
They got nothing.
No.
They got nothing they can do.
We cannot. We're having momentum, so we can't do anything but watch.
Okay. All right.
something worth putting out if you do want to end up rallying these guys at some point is that when you have a better chance of rallying that off if you're not close to the enemy.
Right. And at the moment, I am within 8 inches. If
Yes.
what's their backward movement?
Same.
Is it the same?
Same.
And normally you'd be limited because you're engaging the enemy, but since you're trying to withdraw, I think you can go your full movement just
Now-
whatever you want.
Mhm.
Our skirmisher
Oh,
can
yes.
engage them, can't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a
You have
skirmisher.
moved, so because you moved, they get to shoot at you.
Okay.
So here comes one die, looking for a 4.
Got it.
Got it. One die, looking for a 4. No.
Nope.
But you were skirmished.
I was.
Wait. Sorry. Sniping roll for the movement is just a straight up versus a resolve. It's not a hit.
Oh. I'm right on that page.
Just roll one die.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you succeed, you place a disruption.
So he gets a disruption because you rolled a 5. Yep. Ouch. He was sniped.
Mm.
But he is now outside of 8.
Okay. So that cost me 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you give me 8 inches from your artillery? Or actually from your cavalry, I guess, because they're going to be closer.
Yeah, we will now do all the German accents like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay, so from here in, I'm at a reduced rate, right?
Yeah, once you hit that 8 inches, you're down to
Okay, so
wherever you have.
Is it a horsey? It's a horsey.
Yeah.
You're down to 4 inches.
Okay, so I can continue 4 inches from there. I've done 1.9.
Yep.
Thought it was 2 Baithwiths or whatever you have left.
Nope.
Regardless.
No, it's the less of the 2.
I thought the first time it was. It's always 2. I mean,
I'm fairly certain that's one of the brutalities of it. When you get with it near to the enemy, it's whatever you have. It's either what you have left or the less.
In this case, it would be 4 inches because what I have left is a whole lot more than that. So,
yes, that's right.
Yeah, it may continue only with its reduced allowance or whatever remains of its full, whichever is less.
That's what I thought. Okay,
it-
I thought it was 1 Baithwith for some reason.
In attacks.
So I was trying to clarify.
Yeah. I was clarifying.
You can. These guys were close enough at the start. You can move all these guys on 1 momentum. Because it's a very generous 8 inches. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hello, they wish to talk to you. About 4
Thanks for-
and you got
yeah,
4
4
you got 4 inches from there, pretty much. So that's 6-4. You would have another 2 inches if you wanted it.
Okay.
Yeah, very close.
Let's see, how many points have I got left? 4.
As is so often the case in life, never enough.
Don't I know it?
And Daniel, if I didn't say so, ever a pleasure to see you. Doing some good work out there in the minis, Daniel. I'm telling you.
If I move these guys out of the town, is that a 2-point complication?
You can't. Oh, those
Well,
guys.
they're not.
Sorry,
They're not garrisoned,
Sorry, these guys over here. Yeah, that's just a complication.
so it would be 2 points though.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And anybody in any of Gilly's guys in the woods, if I move any of them, it's 2 points also, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Oops, that was wrong.
Whoopsie.
Yes. Let's do that again. There we
We're practically within 8 already. Jeez.
go. Okay, so that cost me another 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you still have movement left, so you want to keep moving. You could go within 8. But
They could get within 8.
I mean, you didn't move that far, so you've got a ton of movement left.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes some real getting used to realize you don't actually have to give up movement in trees.
Yeah, it is a little different, that's for sure. Okay, so that's probably about as far as they're able to go. And that should be within 8, right?
Yes, that is now within volley range.
Okay. And the cost of volley will be 1 point or 2?
1 point.
1 point, and it's a global order.
Okay. So let's do that.
All right. You're volleying in what's called mass rather than line, which limits your shooting effectiveness. You must shoot straight ahead of you. It's straight, and it's as earlier on Kronos said, it's base by base. So that guy, he has the ability to do exactly what you're seeing there. He gets to pivot because there's nobody there. He gets to turn over here and shoot there. If there were somebody there, he'd have the ability to shoot at him. Typically what we do is you pick a side in the engagement. You go left to right, right to left. We'll go from left to right. Straight ahead here is going to be that gun and that gun. Because they're in mass, they're going to roll 2 dice, 1 die for each of the bases. They're going to be looking, they would usually be looking on a 4. 2 dice for 4, but
there is no.
That's
no
right. That's right. It's just in the resolve that's so hard to hit. That's right. That's right.
So you're very high resolve.
You're going to roll 2 dice, and you're looking for 4s. 1. Now you're going to roll 1 die, and you want to get a 6.
Wow. I don't like my odds.
No, it is hard to hit guns. That is entirely the point. Now these guys over here shoot. They also get 1 die each, so it's 2 dice looking for those same 4s. One, and again a 6. No.
Of course, once you actually make it stick, guns go away very quickly.
Right. If you stick that, he's automatically shaken. Yeah, and then if you hit him twice, he's done. So, all right. So that was a volley, which would have turned it over to your foes had they had any points.
Well, moving within 8 would have turned it over to us if we had.
And I have 1 point remaining.
Yes.
Can I use it to? Oh no, that costs 2 points, doesn't it?
What's that?
For rally?
No, it's 1.
1 point.
Oh, it? Okay. So can I use it to rally?
Absolutely.
Over here,
Now, the other thing about rally is it comes down to distance for base widths, right, Chrono?
Yeah, it's what if you're near or not near the enemy.
Yeah, if you are not near the enemy, which I don't think you are. Nope.
Not anymore.
It just makes it a little bit easier. And you're going to roll a 1d6, and you need a 3 or better.
No, you think of the Blucher one. You roll a d6 for each. You roll a d6 for each of the disruptions.
Oh, right. And it's still a 4, but he still needs a 4 or better, right?
3 or better if he's not near the enemy.
All right. So he got 1 back. Let's see what the other. How many more did he have? Because you can't get the
2 more.
Bane one back, so he gets 1 more.
You can't get them all back in Lasalle. It's in Blue Creek. You can't get the very first one back.
You can? No, that's not true.
You take that back.
You take that back. That's not so. Is that right?
No, it is. I'm looking at the rally stuff on page 86.
Yeah.
It's in Blue Creek. You can never get the very first one back.
Well, I suppose in that instance, the risk is so that Achilles. That's amazing. The risk is that it can become, if you fail this roll, it becomes a permanent loss.
Yes. Well, let's find out how resilient Private Snuffy is.
Well, you've already got 1 of them back. I want to be fair, and you have 2 others, so you can get them all back. Crazy, 2 more.
All right, so I roll 2 dice now?
Yes. 2. You would have rolled 3. You rolled 2 dice. You want to get 4. 3s or better.
Or
Got them
6.
both. All back. There it is.
To be fair, if you near the enemy, that would have got them all back.
Yeah.
6 or 6.
Good rolls.
So they got beat up a bit by their guns, but they're backed off a bit, and they're like, okay, now we're feeling better.
Yeah, fellas, sort it out. Sort it out. Sort it out. Come on. Big stomachs. Let's go. All right, that's it. Turn 3. We count down our points. Brigades on the table is still 3 and 2. Baggage is still 2. The general, both you gentlemen going to be using them for your momentum?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, roll it.
There we go.
Yeah, 3 for Chrono.
Oh, nice.
And 3 for Achilles.
Oh.
So big numbers. Anything change in formations that would lead us to think that the skirmishes have changed?
They still 9, 12. They have 15, I believe. French is still at 15, and we are still at 34.
Oh no, the French were at 13 last time.
Yeah,
They couldn't.
they've got to be in numbers of 3, so that was an
3,
error.
3. Yeah, there's all 3, 3,
They're
3.
all in 3s. Okay, so it's 15. It is 15 to 34. Hit it.
Away it goes.
Oh, crap. Added 1 again. Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 6.
6.
Ooh, ouch.
6.
None.
Wow.
The French are not going to have the initiative in this bad boy. Let that be stipulated.
I suspected that was going to happen from the start.
Let me guess. Skirmish?
Yeah. I guess I'll throw one out here.
Who's going to catch that and from where? Yeah, that's legit. Skirmish.
Yeah, I'll put one there.
Skirmish.
And that's all I can do, I think.
Okay.
Got the one up here still.
Got him. Yeah, I busted him. He's got a skirmisher.
Yep.
Austrians play.
Anything you want to start with over there, or should I do some stuff on my side?
I didn't know if you wanted to start with the bombard or if you wanted to do something.
I'm in
with
volley
skirmish.
range,
Either way,
technically.
fine.
So you might as well start with the bombard, honestly, since it's get it done.
Okay.
So I'll
Alright.
pay for the bombardment. He is too close for bombardment, so he will not fire.
Yeah, he's gonna do something.
Okay, I
much
didn't
more
realize
gross.
That's I think that's outside of 8, isn't it?
Yeah, it's outside
Yeah.
8. So that's 3 dice for force on the hussars. 1 hit, 1 for 5.
Got it.
Yep.
And the foot artillery will shoot against the hussars also.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I figured they're the more.
Yep.
But they're in range of charging right at the moment. I figured I'd try to weaken them up some first.
Good point.
If that infantry hadn't rallied everything back, I might have been tempted to go for them.
Not
One.
a sausage.
Hmm? Oh, I thought you needed force.
You did. One for
Yeah,
5.
you got one.
1 for
Oh.
5.
Makes
Got
it
it.
stick.
Jeez.
Now it's the SARS turn.
All right. Austrians continue.
Let's see.
Those Hussars are on a recon by death order.
Recon by fire.
You say fire, I say death. It may well work out the same.
Okay, if I do some movement on my side,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna pay 2, do a force activation, and bring these battalions up.
Back.
Das ist strengstens verboten.
You'll stop there to avoid being interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to my marker disappeared?
What'd you do to your marker?
I don't know.
What number was it on?
We had 7.
You
We
fired,
moved-
you bombarded, and that's
So
2
we're-
more down. Yep.
Yeah, that's a 4. Only have 4 left, so we gotta use them wisely.
Strikes me as a pretty accurate problem for the Austrians, actually.
I think so too. It's like, well, what do we do first?
Well, no, we got all these guys. Yeah, I know, dude, but... yeah, we have all the men. They're coming all at once. Sausage eaters.
I get another problem of kind of even though there's no cavalry here, I'm still kind of stacked up because can only move so many people. Do you want to try and move up on your side, or should I keep going?
I didn't know if we wanted to try and charge.
I mean, you
like these
can't.
guys, but that gets them too close to these infantry. Then
I mean, if we charge, they're going to
Yeah.
interrupt. So.
I think if I moved anybody, I want to move the 9th Regiment, get them over here to start getting them out into line eventually.
Okay, might as well do that. It'll cost us 2.
No, I can't change formation right now, but
I think after you move, I'm going to volley and then save our last one in case we need it.
It's 2.
they're there.
Volley shooting, where do you want to start?
I only have. Well, I think technically this guy's in range, but he might be out. This guy's one stand in range. More importantly, I have this gun, so I'll do the gun.
He's got cover, but it's doubled. 8 for 5s.
Two hits.
3.
Oh, 3. So you're
3.
on. So it is.
And 3 for 4s.
Ooh.
Oh! Ow!
Wow.
Canister.
Holy Bob Terwilliger. Cut him in half, literally.
And I think I have one stand here that can actually shoot.
Go to that chart. Do trees block bounce? Because you got a bounce behind there. If not.
Oh, do they? Let me check out.
How do you bounce with canister?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was
Oh,
gonna
it's
say,
canister. Right.
Canister. You can't bounce canister.
Never mind. But it's
Man.
but you still got the canister stick. How deep does that go?
It's 8.
That's right. Nope.
Which is just easy.
All done. Okay.
And I have this one stand here with got range. So
Yeah.
1 die for 5.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hits.
And 1 for 5 again.
Nope, not this time.
Nope. Mm-mm.
And the French
That's
can.
it.
They want to interrupt.
Yeah, because volley, you may now interrupt Achilles if you wish.
Yeah, I think I will.
I thought
Now,
you might. I thought you might.
what does that? Am I restricted in what I do with this?
No,
No.
anything you want.
Basically, the turn now goes to you, and you can do whatever you want until you trigger an interrupt on our side.
Correct.
Okay. Is movement, for example, if I move these 5th Hussars here backwards, would that trigger an interrupt?
Yes, because you start near the enemy.
That's what I thought.
Accurate.
Okay. So instead,
But we don't have to interrupt. Is that correct? Or
No,
Yeah,
we
you
do
don't-
not have to interrupt.
Right,
We
and,
can
and
save
as there's
that.
but you know,
but you will.
might. Not saying for sure.
Okay, so the 7th Hussars will charge the 2nd of the 10th Hussars.
All right. Let's talk.
You could-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you could activate all 3 of these guys on
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it'd be
because-
3 technically.
Because let's be clear, charging
No,
is
2.
charging is movement. Okay, it's not
Okay.
it's not different. It is a complication to movement. Let it be clear, but
Well,
it's
Okay.
so it's not that. Where does it go? There we go. You may first turn up to 45 degrees on your center point if you wish, and when you're charging, you can move up to 8 inches in a perfectly straight line. All right, you got to
Okay.
aim for the defender, and you stop at the moment of contact. You do not conform.
Okay.
All right. So
So
go ahead.
these guys, the 7th Hussars, they could just go straight ahead and hit him, right?
Right. The trick is these guys can't then hit them.
Which
they
guys?
they might be able to, honestly.
You think?
I think if they rotate.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's see the point
Let's
of
find out what it looks
Yeah,
like.
let's see where it goes. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, maybe. Do.
Okay. Oops. I want to keep it straight here.
Pow. Okay.
Bang.
Nope. Yeah, they wouldn't make that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was.
If they were a bit more to the left, maybe.
Mhm.
A little bit more to the left.
Hey.
All right. So that happened. You continue the
All right.
movement. We resolve it after you're done with the movement.
Right.
Okay.
So you could also move both these guys in the same order.
Yeah, but if I move this guy, then you can interrupt, right?
Well, we can
you're
already-
going to resolve this charge, and after you do that, they're going to interrupt you no matter what.
We have the
Oh,
option to interrupt.
Yeah, right.
Any movement near the enemy gives us the option to interrupt. So even a charge. So once you charge, you resolve it, and then we.
Oh, I
essentially
see. So I can complete the move before you decide.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. And their movement backwards is
Same as forwards.
16, right?
Should be 16. Yeah.
Yeah.
They want no part of that.
That's-
Like guns. No, thank you.
Yeah, they're getting out of there.
All right.
Okay, and I believe that completes that brigade. That unit. So now it's up to you to interrupt if you wish.
Well, no. Now it's melee. Now we're going to do the melee.
Oh, never mind.
Those
Okay.
hussars are a 7. You're a 6. And we're going to take a look at our at the combat process. There aren't a ton of modifiers. It's actually very interesting. Non-check cavalry, nope. None of these things are going to apply. All right. So it's a 7 to 6.
No, I'm a 6.
Yep. And we're going to roll 1d6 both ways.
Oops.
5.
2.
Ooh. So that's a 7 to an 11. We check,
Ooh.
and what you do is you resolve the defender first.
Wait, what was that?
You had an 11.
I thought I had 7.
You rolled a
You do?
5.
You rolled a 5, Mike, and you
So
add a
it's
7
12,
to it.
right?
So it's 12. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
because it actually doesn't matter because tied or greater cavalry, he takes a disruption. The defending cav outscored you by 3 or more. That is what happened,
Mhm.
and your unit breaks.
Well, that was unpleasant. 1, 2, 5, 3, sir.
Mhm.
The big swing on those combats is what you end up rolling on the die, honestly, because 7 to 6 isn't that much big of a difference.
No,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't. That was you. You got beat by the classic DBA problem. There is also a thing in Lasalle where if you roll a 6 and he rolls a 1, it's an automatic win no matter what the other odds are.
Okay, so now that's complete. So now they can interrupt.
Now
right?
they have the option to interrupt. Do you wish to Austrians?
I don't think. I mean, I don't think there's anything we can do with that at this point. What do you think?
I don't need it. I guess if you don't need it for anything at the end, the only thing I probably want to look at trying to do is get these guys into line.
Okay, so you might as well pass on it then.
All right, so back to you,
Just in
French.
case we need it at some point.
Okay. Let's see.
Yep.
How many points did I just spend, by the way? 1?
For that charge, that was 2 points. Charging is a
okay.
complication.
All right. So now we're going to move. Second of the 10th.
Sir, there are cuirassiers in the trees. You are mad, sir. Gotta scooch. You're gonna have to scooch to your left. To your right, sorry. You're
Yep.
yeah.
he's
You're
gonna have to
you're
back
you're
up.
yeah. You're gonna have to back up because you got
Right.
your.
Show me where 8 is. I'm threading a needle.
You're not
Yeah,
gonna
you've got 8 on both sides of you.
Okay.
You got a little. You got a little gap over there, but I don't think it's gonna be wide enough.
That would be right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cavalry cannot charge through woods, correct?
Correct.
So he wants to charge to get in the open.
Mm-hmm. Stuff like what he just did makes the Napoleonic purists itch. He's got those lipas on her cuirassier.
Okay, so that all cost me 2.
2 points.
Well, we can do that with a Bradley and an Abrams.
There you go.
I'll do it with a horse and a guy in armor.
Okay. So now if these guys move,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, his skirmishers get to shoot at me, right?
Yep.
But they are within 8 of that artillery.
Mm-hmm.
So they can only move 2 inches, or they can go their full.
No, they can only go 2 inches, but there is, remember, the charge move is 8.
Uh-huh.
Charge move is always 8, regardless of terrain.
Right. So you can
So-
charge. The point is you can charge them.
Ah, that's what I wanted to know. Okay. So do I charge them with just, say, for example, the 1st Battalion?
Well, it's
charges
the same as
as a
before.
separate
You can pivot up to 45 degrees, and then you got to face the right. Then you got to go straight ahead. Obviously,
Okay.
we know that there. Well, first, before you do that, give him his skirmisher shot. That's
Yes.
That's on a resolve of 4.
Yep, that's me. Boom.
Plink.
Jeez.
Not sure you want to send those guys in.
Yeah, take a look at their strength. They can't. They can't now.
Wow.
They're shaken.
Okay. How about the other one?
No,
that time.
no hit.
Okay.
So as that is so, their morale is what? Or their strength is
Third 6.
6. So
They have to
Yeah.
rotate like one click, I think, and then they can hit him.
Yep. They got him.
I'm gonna try and retire those guns because guns getting charged is a bad news bears for the guns usually.
Yeah, and this is good because this will get us through the retirement process, which is actually I've wondered, and I've actually been meaning to post this and ask Sam. I don't know if he'd say what it was that possessed him to build this system. Was it just sort of the solution to a problem? You know what I mean?
It might have been. Maybe he had some playtesters complaining that their guns were just dying.
Yeah, we're just that's kind of what I'm saying. Is that they got sick and tired of getting their guns pantsed. And this
because
go
the thing
ahead.
to note is that the guns would defend with their strength of 2, and they would defend with like canister or anything. They get their chance to fire canister in the volley phase.
Yeah, they got their shot. They definitely got their shot. But we have to deal with the artillery retiring. And this is let me see here.
I think it's a straight
Now,
roll
It
off.
is not. It is both. Well, both sides are going to roll dice. The attacker. What kind of gun is that? A foot gun or a horse gun?
It's a foot gun.
Okay, so it's going to be 1 die. The highest number roll wins. And it will
I believe
fight.
I think tie goes to the defender.
The defender score is equal. Then it has in fact retired. Go ahead.
4.
And now you will roll.
Oh no!
He fights. Oh dear. That's
I see guns getting pantsed.
as
Probably.
as one likely does. Well, that's the. Why do you think there's a retiring roll?
Yeah.
So this is a strength of 6 versus a strength of 2.
2.
So it is a 6 to a 2. I don't think there are any of those saucy modifiers. No, 6 to 2, 1d6.
One moment, please.
Yes, sure.
Do I complete the movement with Gilly's guys first?
Oh, by all means,
yes.
yes,
Yes.
you should.
Okay.
Proceed.
'Cause I still got these guys out here in the woods.
And note
And
this
they'd
is.
like-
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. They'd like to come up and join this party at some point.
Yeah, sure. And remember, they. Oh yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
6 versus 2.
Oh dear.
4. Well, you can't win. 4, 7 to 4. You're out. Yeah, you're broken.
Yeah.
The attacker is not still no longer engaged. You rolled, however, an odd number, unfortunately, which means you take a disruption.
They just wiped out an Austrian battery though, so hey.
Yeah, no. They saw what that battery did to those boys that are smoking to their left. So done.
Okay. You guys have the option to interrupt again. Is that correct?
Accurate.
Yeah. I think I can't charge because unlike the French, I need 2 to
Two,
do that, even
yeah.
in clear terrain.
Correct.
So I can't countercharge. I could volley, but I think getting these guys get their formation change is more important. So I will decline for that.
And talking about what Chrono was mentioning, Achilles, it cost you 2 points because you because you were in rough terrain over here.
Mm-hmm.
It would have cost you 3 because you charged. That's where your attack column is such a bonus. The Leger doesn't have it. The Leger does not get attack column.
Oh no!
Oh, so it did cost me 3.
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm down to 1.
That's strange. These guys have it over here.
Let me check and see if I screwed that up somehow. Nope, they've got it. They're just missing it. Nothing they have to fix. Okay.
Yeah, because these guys over here definitely have it.
Yeah,
and I was wondering why.
Yeah, the Leger have it. Yeah, so it's just 2.
Okay.
Very good.
Horses with skirmishers. French with that attack column. What is the world coming to?
Right?
Cats and dogs living together.
Mass hysteria. All right, so they have passed. Achilles, you're up.
I am. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I'm gonna use the restroom really quick.
Well, now I understand why they passed. Oh, Okay, the 11th Chasseur,
Mhm.
they should be in position to charge the 2nd of the 10th because they didn't learn their lesson from the last unit.
Ha!
And I think all I have to do is hit him, right? I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah. You got.
Doesn't matter where.
No.
Okay.
Well, you've got to hit. It's the Blucher rule. You must go dead straight ahead, but you've got to aim for the thing, and you got to hit the. You've got to. This center point has to go through the unit, which this does.
Okay.
As soon as he gets back,
Now-
we'll have a fight.
Okay. And
Anybody-
that cost me 2.
Correct.
Okay.
Those 10th Cuirassier also move.
All I have left.
I am back. Apologies.
You have a melee on your hands.
Oh no, again?
Yeah. Well, these.
I do actually.
Oh, that's Mike. These chasseurs don't have the sense God gave a duck because they saw what happened to their brothers and they're still coming. So that's a
Well, it's 6 to 6 now.
6 to 6. Yep, let's see it.
Oh,
8.
Man.
8 to 8.
8 to
It's a
8.
tie.
8.
Well, the tie, tied or greater. Cavalry takes a disruption. Still engaged. Cavalry takes still engaged. 1 disruption and stagger. A stagger is the only retreat in all of Lasalle. You go back 1 inch.
Is it a base width or an inch?
I think it's just an inch. I'm pretty sure it's very close. Is it a base width? I thought it was. I thought this was one weird case. Show me stagger.
1 base width, page 82.
Thank you. Oh, there it is.
I thought inch sounded a bit strange because everything else is base width. So
Yeah, yeah. Maybe that's why I liked it so much because I made it different. So yeah, 2 inches. Sorry about that.
2 inches?
2
Okay.
inches. Yeah. All right. Did I give you your hit? I did. And did I give you your hit? I did not.
I mean, to be fair, that's better than the first attack. So
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Although I cannot seem to roll above a 2 on any of the attacks so far. So
Yeah. All right. So there's that. That also allows an interrupt. How about now, Austrians?
well, he's done now, right? So go to us anyway.
Oh yeah.
So let's do our formation change, I guess.
Amelia. No one ever said cavalry people were smart.
Whether they're on horses or in tanks.
hey,
Wow.
Red Sacks. It's their altitude off the ground.
It turned out to-
right, all that limited
It's the
oxygen.
exhaust.
Yeah,
It's the exhaust fumes.
Could be too.
You know, I actually like the smell of the exhaust fume. I don't know why. Sitting out on the tank line and early in the morning in a chilly morning, that smell is just
No, it's,
I don't know.
No, all y'all who are, we got a bunch of, as you know, we got a bunch of tankers on the board. Brant and Brian Boyer and those guys, and Brian gets positively nostalgic for those mornings.
oh yeah. I can understand that. I miss
Don't
it
have to.
sometimes.
The horse exhaust may not be quite the same now.
No, not at all.
That's funny.
Although to be fair, there's probably cavalrymen that would miss the smell of their.
Yeah.
What was it Sherman
Probably
Potter
right.
said? That's a tiptoe through the tulips, son.
Yep.
We all good?
Probably right.
I think
All
that's it.
set? All set? All right, we fire off to turn 4. It's turn 4. Very exciting. I love it. Same number of brigades. I don't think our skirmish numbers have changed, right? Because we just had a cavalry unit die. They don't skirmish. All right, so 3 to 2 on the brigades. Baggage
Nope.
is there.
All the undue skirmish markers come off.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you did not prompt a skirmish, was there one left? I thought I got them all.
Yeah.
All the way over
pulled it
there.
out.
It was
That
over
fella didn't move at all. All right, excellent. Yes. So it's still 5-4 in terms of starting marks. Everybody, both of you are using your general for momentum.
Yes.
Let's see it.
Mm-hmm. Boo hiss.
1 and 3. Well done, French. And now it's Fountain of Dice time.
Okay, has mine changed at all?
Nope, you're at 15. Ooh, not so many that
4
time.
for the Austrians. 2 for the
Oh,
French.
4-2. I thought you had a shot there, Achilles. 4-2. So that is 2 voltigeur for the Austrians to deploy.
Well, it's less than 5 anyway.
Yeah. Where
I
would
will
you-
put one.
If you want to go ahead and take them
Here.
both, go ahead, Chrono.
Okay. I'm gonna do something that will not make. Well, I guess I'll put one here too.
French play? 4 for me. Austrians play. Doggone it. I was looking right at a French unit.
I might need to take 2. Well, you want bombard first?
I don't know. Do you want to do that now, or do you want to wait and see if he moves up these?
Might be worth waiting. Might want to handle this over here too.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I will pay 2
Mm-hmm.
to activate these 1, 2, these 3 right here.
Mm-hmm. That's not straight.
I have to move this guy first.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna do that.
There you go. Love it.
3 clicks.
Mm-hmm.
Bonk.
Mm-hmm.
In the wise words. Okay, he's within 8, so he's what's his limited movement? I think it's 1 for infantry.
Yep.
Not
One
a
base
lot.
width. It's
Yeah.
One base width. Yeah.
Infantry is very slow when they're near the enemy.
Well, I think you were here for Teugenhausen. You will remember.
Yes, I believe I use my infantry very effectively in that game.
Yeah. Well, at least as far as trees go. For sure.
That's it. Those are those 3.
All right, that's a melee.
I think it's gonna be 6 to 5, unless there's terrain involved.
No. No terrain. 6. Accurate. 6 to 5.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh dear. Ah,
Oh,
tie.
Oh, tie.
Die.
All right. So once again, you can never. Defender is tied, so no effect to the defender, and the infantry still engaged. Yeah, you got to stagger and take a disruption.
Yep. The streak of 2s and melees though continues.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, there's only been the one pod walloper of a melee, and that's been it.
Well, 2 if you count the gun being wiped out.
I guess. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of a given if the gun gets hit.
Yeah, if the
so-
gun gets meleeed, it's a bad day.
I was going to say, I didn't even roll well for that one, and I just won it. You know, that's...
Yeah. So that entitles you to an interruption, French people.
Okay. The 1st Battalion, 15th Laguerres is within... Are they within 8?
I should think.
Well,
Ooh,
maybe. They're not. And they are not, in point of fact.
wow.
Okay.
They got bounced, so they're not within 8.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to attempt to rally the 1st Battalion over here.
Mm-hmm.
Is our
Oh, wait, there's a
skirmisher to
skirmisher,
engage
though.
them?
You've got a skirmisher,
Oh.
which means you can't.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Well, fine. Maybe I didn't want to anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do you know?
I was testing. I was testing you. You failed. You failed the test.
Okay. Okay. How about the fifth Hussars over here? Can I rally them?
Yeah, those. Oh, those boys. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. 3 or better.
All right. And how many dice?
And
Just
you're
one die?
rolling 2 dice.
2 dice for 3 or better. Right?
Correct.
I do like the rally system in this game, honestly.
Yes. So do I.
Ooh,
Six and
one becomes permanent, and you get the other one back.
I think it does a good job representing how units kind of get worn down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, before I do anything with those guys. That cost me 2 points?
Just one.
1.
Oh, just one? Okay.
Everything is 1 unless it's got a complication.
Ah. All right. We're going to move the Cuirassier.
Oh dear.
Here comes the heavies.
Yeah, you're being mean to me. I called my big brother.
I feel like the Chasseurs would resent calling the Cuirassier their big brothers, but
Well, they're all. Yeah, that's true. The Hussars are that way.
Can you give me 8 inches off your cavalry over there?
Yep.
Okay. That should be far enough. And then the 11th. Okay, so that cost me 2 or 1.
1.
Oh, nice. Okay, the 3rd Battalion of Gilly over here sitting in the town doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the move.
yeah, back up slightly.
You can only go 12 anyway. So.
Yeah, you're about 12 there anyway. So right before you hit the 8, you pretty much.
How's that? Is that
works.
just off the 8? Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fine.
You'd get to move slightly inside it, but only very slightly. And that's 2 points.
All right. Okay. All right. And we want to do a formation change, which is global, right? 1 point.
It is, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That 3rd Battalion is going to go into line.
Yes.
Whoa.
Well done.
Okay.
That did have the net result because you flanked out this way of putting you adjacent to the enemy, so
Oh, it does?
or near the enemy. Yeah, you.
Oh. So it does. Okay, so I guess that means he can interrupt now. Yeah?
It does. It does.
Do we want to try and do anything over there on your right-hand side? We only got 3 points, so we got to do something.
Yeah.
I could try and push up on my side, but basically once you hit that line, it's got 4 inches, so you could push up to here.
Yeah. But that'll use 2 points, right?
Yep.
How about if we go ahead and use the bombardment right at
Okay.
the moment?
Let's bombard then. Go down to 2.
Yep. Go down against the infantry.
4
the,
for 4.
The foot artillery.
Mm. Two for 4.
One. And 3, 4, 5. 3,
Who are you
4.
shooting at?
I'm sorry, the same target. with the
3
horse
for
artillery.
5. Nope, 3
For
for 4.
4.
Yeah, 3 for 4. All of them.
3.
Jeez.
Ooh.
And 3 for 4.
Those horse guns.
All
Oh!
3.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's another. Oh, I get to put another one out.
They found the range that time.
Oh, I thought he had rallied back a bunch. Of
He
his
did.
troops.
You
just-
just
you just
lost
hit
You
for
just
4
took
of
them
them.
all away.
You lost 4
Oh
of
yeah, I
them.
did. Okay, that's right.
It's him for 4, man.
That was
Doing my
good.
math right. Where's Volker? Help.
Yeah, the French lack of artillery is really painful at this point.
Oh yeah. Did you want to use anything else over there, or should I go ahead and move up on this side?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I guess yeah. I mean, it just really depends which you think is more critical.
Oh, it's tough. Because we want Dunzling, but we also want Staudhaupt.
Right.
Because that's the core baggage, basically.
I'd say go ahead and you take the points here at the
Okay.
moment.
And I will use the last 2 to activate these 4 back here.
Mm-hmm.
You give me 8 inches off the 2nd Battalion 15th.
Oops.
We're already in there
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
from when he moved earlier. Yeah, and from when he charged the guns.
Now it's my turn to creep through the woods.
Yep.
I can't charge you. I can't see you.
Yeah, that's by the way, Achilles. That's the problem, is that he, charge and distance is 8 inches, but you can only charge what you can see, and
Makes
visual distance is 4 inches.
Although I have to say that in real life, I have charged several times into something I couldn't see.
No, yeah, Napoleonic soldiers did not. They just.
It was
didn't.
usually a mistake, but
There, I'll give you that. All right, so that's all of the Austrian points. French.
all right. Let's see what I have left here.
I'm gonna step away for a minute while he's finishing up his turn.
All right, before I do that, then.
Amelia has indicated, Chrono, that Mom said it's her turn to fumble around in the woods.
All right, that little charge cost me 2, right?
Which little charge? Sorry. Oh,
The
that there?
11th Chasseur.
The
yeah.
one you just did. Yeah, 2 points right
Yeah.
there. Is that everybody, though, that you want to move? Because that force is eligible if you wanted to move them. Or are they
Well,
the same? Oh, they're different.
These
Never
guys
mind.
are not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Eton.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, that's 2 points for you and time to resolve a melee.
Unfortunately,
I do have 1 point remaining.
Well, you got to resolve
Can
the
I-
melee. You got to do the melee first.
Oh, I can't use it for the same force because these are all Pajol.
To do what?
yeah,
I wanted to try to rally.
No,
the,
no, that's a
first
separate
battalion.
thing. You have to
Oh, okay.
finish the melee first.
All right, very good.
So, 5.
I know. I think it's 5-5 again.
Accurate.
But Mike stepped away, so I can roll for him, I guess. Unless you want to wait.
You can go ahead.
Well,
It's 5.
Neither one of you have been rolling poorly, so
Yeah, it's 5. It's 5-5.
4.
9.
5.
Ooh, 9 to 10. So a win for the So the defender checks. Yeah, the cat. You do take a disruption. And then
stagger.
Well, no. You
Oh,
defender take a disruption. You are still engaged, and so he takes it. So he hits you. This is Sam speaking again. Nobody gets away scot-free. So it's actually an even exchange, but you have to stagger Achilles.
I'm back.
All right,
So I go back.
You just 2 inches. You just
2 inches?
You just want a melee.
Woohoo!
Now you can attempt to rally this dude.
Thank you.
And that's 4, so it's 4 dice. You need 3s.
we'll throw a Gale with the tail of the who was it? The Nassauers at Quatre Bras.
Yeah.
Was it Quatre Bras or Waterloo?
No, that was Waterloo. Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Three
three
of
of them.
Yeah, one's permanent.
Basically, the Unit Nassauers at Waterloo, Waterloo scenario we were playing, who just got hammered over and over again by artillery. They just kept rallying it off.
It was horrifying.
I do remember that one, actually. I remember watching it.
They caught an unholy beating.
They stuck around to the end, though.
They did. They did. All right. So that was
I think
that
your
was
sister's harassing you in the chat. By the way.
Then Sheol is.
and that was 1 point.
Her Christmas present to you.
Of course.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt that Austrian momentum thing is brutal command and control wise, which I like a lot actually. The Austrians, that's where they failed.
Oh no, I think Shaker represented it in its own way, but I think it's also representing it very well in its own way. In that we just don't have enough momentum to do everything you want.
Yeah.
Even more so than I feel like that's supposed to be true of the system in general, but I feel like for this scenario especially, where we have basically 2 brigades who are both pushing on different axes of advance, and so they're not really supporting each other, but they are both trying to achieve objectives. And the terrain's not good.
And clearly, if it were an open field situation, you'd be steamrolling the French.
Oh yeah.
Because you outnumber them significantly. But however, so anyway, that was another point for you, Achilles, for the 1st Battalion, 7th Leger.
I already took it.
All right.
So I have nothing left now.
All right, that's it then.
Is this a 12-turn scenario?
Yeah.
All right, we're halfway there. Almost.
Getting there for sure. We nothing changed in terms of brigades, so it's still 5-4 with the baggage. Generals for momentum, I assume.
Oh, of course.
Hit it.
Yes.
Again with the 2. Oi. You should roll next time, OJ.
6.
There you go. French are killing it. No change in the dice tower, I don't think. Nope. All right. Skirmish.
Let me remove these guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1 6.
Wow. So that's 6 skirmishers for the French. Austrians.
5.
Yeah.
I'll put 1 here.
Yeah.
Put 1 there.
Oh, I do bad.
And 1 there. Yeah, we'll do 1 over here too.
8 from here.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter because you can't skirmish against the town. So.
I'm just checking the distance. Yeah, that's fine.
Your disadvantage is that I don't have enough infantry for you to actually skirmish them all.
Haha, you can't. There are too many of us. There are too
Haha.
many of us for you to shoot.
There's not enough of us. All right. Austrians play.
Okay. Again, we only have 5. Let me see. I still can't see you very well.
What's crazy is in a game of this size, how big a deal those 2 extra Mo would be.
Oh, I know. I'll go ahead and well, I'll give him a chance to interrupt
go ahead.
actually. So, I think we're in contact now, so almost everything we do is going to trigger interrupts, honestly. So, might as well go for it. Oh Lord, they coming. Not yet. One more turn and we can see it.
And that does trigger, that's 2 points, and it does trigger an interrupt.
Which I shall use. Okay. So these are two separate units. Okay.
Well, yeah, these guys are all the same unit, but these guys are hanging out in the woods.
How many? Each of these pivots is taking 2 inches. Is that right?
Each pivot is 2 inches, correct?
Okay. So that's
That's it.
4.
Okay, yeah.
Now, show me where I'm going to hit the 8-point line.
Right
8
over there.
inch line. Sorry. Okay. So from that point there, I
You
can
have
only
4
go
inches.
Yeah,
4
4
more
inches.
inches.
Yeah.
Oops.
That guy, if he just goes, this guy, if he goes straight that way, is not going to be bothered at all.
Right.
Oh Lord, heavy cavalry coming out of the woods.
Sideways.
Yes.
Sir, you will not believe what they are doing.
Sidle to the left, sidle to the right.
They are, they are sashaying into combat.
They've got those.
Okay.
They got those trained dancing horses.
So that cost me 2. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes.
And that's an interrupt.
And it also triggers an interrupt.
Yep.
I think we probably will take it at this point. Do you want to try and put pressure on them on this side, I guess, and move these infantry up?
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
All right.
And they can. Oh, let's see here. Either one of them's within 8 inches, so.
It's essentially from
1.2.
that
You got 4 inches from there.
2 inches. It's one base
thought
width.
it was-
It's one base width or 2 base widths.
So there's 2
Mm-hmm.
inches.
Which also puts you in charge range. Which is really more the point.
Then 2 more from here, right?
No, you don't even have that. What's mass move? Shoot. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
12.
It's a lot.
Right,
Yeah,
six.
12. So yeah. You've got 4 left. You've got 2 left from there. Sorry. 2.
Here we go.
And would the French like to interrupt?
We would.
Okay, that's 2 points there.
Now,
It's Velker.
can these boys?
Hi, Velker.
Hey, Velker.
All right, Volker.
Use you to roll my dice for me.
Achilles wants you to roll his dice for him.
Can these guys charge?
Who's that? Sorry.
The 2nd of the 11th?
No, they already
Because
moved.
for us.
They already moved.
Ah, okay.
Charging is just moving with intent.
Moving with intent, indeed.
With murderous attack.
Murderous intent. Yes. Okay, then the 2nd Battalion, 15th Legaire, are going to fall back.
All right.
That's some of these guys. Let me see. These guys are probably going to be the problem to get out of their control zone.
I can't actually see my guys in the woods very well, so I don't want to run into them.
You're doing fine.
You're clear. You also get to get your full movement allowance. You gotta get outside that 8 bubble right there.
I thought he just had to be moving away.
Let me double check that.
I know. I thought there was something about that. If you're moving away from the enemy, you're okay.
The unit starts to move near the enemy, can use full movement allowance as long as it ends its move no longer near any enemy.
Oh,
So he has
okay.
to get out. He has to clear it.
He's got to get clear, otherwise he's stuck. Moving only 4. He'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got at least another 2 inches of movement
Yeah.
left. So he can
You'll get clear. So you can keep going, Achilles. But you got to keep going, otherwise you got that much more limited movement.
Okay. So how much further? 2?
Yeah, 2. As long
get out
as
of 8.
yes, you see, just he's spotting you the 8. So once you clear that's fine.
Okay.
I think I gotta clear this corner though, because you're still within.
Oh yeah, scooch back, go on an angle. You're gonna have to go on an angle.
So I need to wheel him or something?
No, just
Or
oblique.
just shift him sideways if
just
you want.
oblique.
Oblique him? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get outside that 8 bubble.
There you go.
That's fine.
There. All right.
The one thing that changes that is interesting to note is that an infantry unit may not just engage within 4 base widths of enemy cavalry unit.
Right. Cavalry sticks you in place.
Because your infantry sees that cavalry is like, oh no.
Right. It's not turning its back. I guarantee you that. All right.
So it goes back to you guys now.
Yep.
Oh, that cost me 2.
Yeah. I think I want to do a formation change. Is that okay with you?
Yep, go right ahead.
That's our last one though, so.
Yeah, I think you need to take the formation change though first, don't you?
Yep. And guess what we're doing?
Going into square?
We are in
Oh.
that.
Hey, Chrono, real quick though. Because he can't charge you this turn.
No, but I also don't. The thing is, it's like the odds are we will win. The odds are we probably will win initiative. But if he does get that one chance of getting initiative, then he can charge them and make their lives absolutely miserable with these guys.
Right.
So I really don't want to risk it.
Yeah, you're right.
So back to the French.
Okay.
Let me demark our skirmish number there while I'm thinking about it.
Okay. That cost me 2. That would be 4. So they have 4 more inches, right? But they will come within.
They started near the enemy though, because remember this guy was that guy was close.
Correct.
So you're limited to
4 inches.
2 inches.
2 inches.
2 inches?
You're
Okay.
gonna have to scooch that one back.
Oops. Ah. Oh, jeez. That was a mistake. All right. I'm gonna keep grabbing him when I want to get the whole group.
Oh, and he is moving, so we do get a shot in with our skirmisher. So let me handle that real quick.
Yep. Pew pew.
Oh yeah, go ahead and do that.
Pow bang.
I gotta mark him anyway, so I'll turn him for you, Achilles.
Thank you.
Take that skirmisher off. Starting this 5, and now we pivot him. That's what
Okay.
That's what you look like.
And
You
now,
can't
how
move.
much?
You have nothing.
I can't move.
Nope.
Oh, okay. They can do nothing.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Movement slows way down once you engage.
Okay, and that costs 2 as well, right?
And that's also near the enemy, but I think the Austrians are out, right?
We are out. So that would should only
Yes.
cost you 1. You guys didn't hit difficult terrain. So it
But
should
you
only
were in
cost
the
you
you were
1.
in the presence of the enemy, which is a complication, no?
Is that a comp? No, no. Just
for
being in the
movement?
presence is not for movement.
Oh, that's
It-
for
you-
interrupt.
It,
Yeah,
trigger,
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
triggers
So
an
that's
interrupt.
Yeah, that's only one. Yep, yep.
The consequence of wounding your enemy is being interrupted potentially.
Right.
These guys in the trees are so difficult to see.
They are Gilly.
They are indeed. Okay. And let's see, I have 3 points left. Okay. So let's throw these guys forward again.
It's 2 of them. 4 to 4. It's you, Mike. 7.
3, 7 net.
Did you already roll? I'm sorry. Missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
So that's 7 to 5, but I still think that you stagger and he takes 1.
Yeah.
7 to 5, 1 or 2.
That'd been a 4 though. You would broke.
Yeah. Yep. It's a little dance. So
They keep hammering each other. Good
they
lord.
do pretty much. All right.
They're
Well,
they're wearing them down for the heavies.
Oh no.
And so he has to stagger, which leaves you with 1 point.
These chasseurs are earning their pay, I guess.
Indeed. Okay, so now I have 1 point remaining.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Is there anything left I can try to rally on these guys? The 5th Hussars of Pajol over here.
Mm-hmm.
They have a permanent hit.
No, remember? You're the one that told me there's no such... Oh, they've got... Sorry, I see what you're saying. Yep, that's permanent, so they're as good as they can be.
Oh,
There is
okay.
such a thing as permanent hit, but you just don't start out with any.
Right, right.
And what about the 1st Battalion, 7th Legaire?
Same,
They have a
same problem.
and they have skirmishes.
And they've got
Oh, that's
skirmies.
right. Oh, gosh. All right. I think then that's everybody I can do anything with. Okay.
All right, next turn, halfway. Got to pick up the skirmies. All right. Turn 6. 5 to 4.
Mike, you rolling this time. I've been rolling terrible.
3.
That's 2 for you. 2 for you. 2 apiece.
I'll take it.
I know that you said you decremented your... yep, you did. Very good. So now it's 32 to 15. Let's see what you get.
Dice fountain, go! Only 4.
Oh, wait,
no.
there it is. There it is.
That's why I formation change.
That
Yep.
was... Wow, that was a good call. Big points. 1 skirmisher. Where would you like it? It's got
Is
to
that
be...
for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. I don't even know what to do with that.
You must place it within 16 inches of the center point of one of your units that is either in mass or line, and it must
Okay.
go straight to an enemy front line infantry. You can't skirmish cavalry or artillery.
Okay. Let's put it on. Does it have any benefit when I volley fire?
It's when they do something.
Oh, okay.
Decrements
Let's-
us if we do something.
Okay. Let's put it on the 1st Battalion, 22nd Regiment of Riza
Oh
over here.
wait, that's a Grenzer. I made separate figures.
He's turned his coat.
There they are. And where's the
My skirmishers over here by my name.
There he is.
He's voltigeuring.
Wow.
And you have initiative.
And you start.
And I start. Okay. Well, then, yeah, my first move is going to be the 3rd Battalion, 111th Line of
Mhm.
Gilly. That's
There.
one move, and they can only move forward now, what, 2
That's
inches, 4 inches?
Yeah, 2 inches.
Oh, I forgot to put the measure on. Oops. There. Now, they already started out within 8 inches, but it's still an interrupt, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yes. I mean, you can't activate these
You can, for
guys in
example,
here.
you can rally those guys now.
No,
Oh, yeah,
that's
right,
a rally. No,
That's right.
you
yeah.
can move
and
it. You can move these
them.
guys.
You can move them.
It will cost you extra momentum because they're in the woods, but you can move them because they're part of the same force.
Okay.
They are not within 8, so they could much more liberty.
Okay, that's 3. And they would have 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
I think
Okay. Okay. That's it for Gilly's people. Okay, all that cost me 2, right?
Correct.
Yep. I think you want to interrupt.
I thought so.
I'll bet you do.
Do you want to do anything over here on the right? I'm thinking about that. Could bombard maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, I'd like to bombard this infantry unit.
Yeah. Okay.
The foot first?
Yeah, the foot first.
4 for 4. Two.
2,
Been
for
perfectly
4.
average with those guns all night.
1. Yeah, we'll try with the horse artillery too.
4 for 4.
Soften them up. Ooh.
Ah, 3
Whoa.
misses.
Ugly. That's a point.
Misfire.
charge?
Misfire.
Make the charge or shoot?
You're in a column, so I don't think
Oh,
shooting
is
is
that
gonna do.
column?
No,
I
not
thought
sorry. Mass. Sorry.
Right.
You only get 2 dice. So
Right.
got an edge right
That's-
now. So
That's what I was thinking too.
send them in.
All right.
Yeah.
Bonk.
Mm-hmm.
Could also move these guys, I guess. But I mean, so
I think they can charge.
I don't know if I should. Yeah.
Yep.
They
really
can charge,
shoot.
but
You can't shoot them up that well. So
No.
yeah.
there's no support really. So you're just gonna
No.
end up. So, I think that's gonna cost us 3 because of the train and the
Yep.
charging. So
Mhm.
All right. Here we go.
Get a picture real quick.
the Austrian attack commences.
Well, let the record reflect. This happened a whole lot sooner than it did with Shako. All right, which one you want first?
We'll take the one outside town first.
And at least a day and a half sooner than Polemos.
Oh boy.
Zing! 6 to
Got
4.
'em.
I don't see Chrono. You agree? No
Yeah,
modifiers?
no terrain there.
No
so.
outnumbered. They're not defending a strong position. They're not in. Nobody's in difficult terrain. No. Yeah. 6 to 4. 6 to 4 in favor of the Austrians.
Oh no!
You knocked the cannons
It's a-
over.
Hit
5.
the lock again.
Uh-oh.
9. Why'd you unlock it?
Oh, because that one fire bun's right next to the unlock, and
Ah, no.
oh, lost
8.
by 1.
No, it's 8 and what? 8 to 9. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
So again,
Uh,
we do the
no.
defender first. He is tied or greater. No effect on infantry. You are still engaged. Disrupt and stagger. So
I don't fall back.
you do. You
Stagger.
You
Oh.
disrupt and
Oh,
stagger.
stagger.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
missed
2
that.
inches.
Yeah.
Got it.
Got it.
Right over here. I'm going to say does that count as
That
it's
that counts as defending a strong position,
yeah, but does
and the enemy and the attackers count as being in difficult terrain.
that was my question. Okay.
Defending a town can be very advantageous to you.
Yeah. No doubt. So, in this instance, we see 6, 7, 7 to 5.
Net 10.
Ooh.
10 to 10.
10.
Tie, defender, tied or greater, no effect on infantry.
Ah, no.
Still engaged. That's unfortunate. Yep. And you have a choice. You can shove behind them or you can displace.
Yeah, you can shove them all back, or you can just
Go all the way
have
back.
that guy at the end of the line.
Probably ought to do that.
Creating
We have reserves.
the Austrian conga line. The only problem is you've done no damage to the French yet. So
Well, we don't think of it as a problem.
yeah, it's true. All right.
That's that. So over to the
There's
French. if
3
you want.
points back to the French.
Okay. I believe my 1st Battalion, 7th Laguerre Pajol over here can fire at these guys. Can they?
Oh yes.
Can they not?
Oh yes. 8 inches. So we go there. I don't know. Will these guys have a shot?
They do,
Oh, you're
yeah.
on the wrong.
will.
You're on the wrong. You're on the wrong side of the board.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking-
These guys.
I'm talking
Oh
about
wow.
Pajol over
Oh
here.
wow. Yeah. Well, now here's the thing though. Volley will allow you to do both. It's universal.
Ah,
It's a global order.
well, I like that even better.
Yeah, I thought
Aha.
you might. Yeah. So we'll start here. That's gonna be. Is that everybody? No. This one doesn't get a shot, but these 3 do. And so it's 2, 4, 5, because when you're in line, the middle 2 count for 2 each. The one at the end counts for 1. The British are lunatics. They sometimes get extras at the flanks, but not the French. So 2, 4, and so that's 4 or better, no modifiers. 5 dice, 4 or better.
Oops. There we go.
3. Now you roll 3 further dice. They have a resolve of 4. You need 3 dice for 4s.
I keep wanting to do that for some reason. All night tonight, I've been hitting the plus instead of the number.
1 hit,
Okay, 1 hit.
which is nice. Takes him down another one. And now you can.
Better
Now
than-
this guy here, these 2 fellas, they can each shoot at this guy in front.
Yes.
That's 1 die each. 2 dice for 4s.
Okay, so do you want? I just roll 2 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got 1.
Mm-hmm. Now you roll 1 die for 4s.
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
Nothing there, nothing
Now-
there. Over here.
The other side.
Yeah, that's a big one. That got it?
Yeah, it's 8
that
inches.
does, yeah.
And
all
he needs
the-
3s.
That's a full... Oh, because you're in square.
Yes, sir.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dice for 3s.
That was the idea. 6 dice. Okay.
Ouch.
7. 5, sorry. 5
Five.
dice. 5 for 4s.
Ouch again.
3.
3.
Not shaken. But hurt. Definitely
Yes.
hurt.
Not shaken, but a little bit stirred.
All right.
Okay,
That's-
I believe it's back to you guys, right?
Yep. Volley fire has a way of getting yourself interrupted.
Yeah. I think I want to rally these guys just because there's some cavalry sitting there.
That's approximate to the enemy. So that's going to be 3 dice for 4s.
Not two.
Back to the Austrians.
Well,
French.
now he's
5.
doing it the other way.
Yeah, I don't have anything I can.
It does. Well, it doesn't matter. You rallied in the presence of the enemy, so it goes.
I mean,
back.
you have this cavalry over here, but
Yeah.
But like I say, it's back to the French.
yeah.
All right. Let's finish these guys and get them out of the way.
2 more. Now it's 3-3.
Yep.
3-3. Nine.
Ooh.
Oh.
I think they're gonna die.
Maybe not. See?
They got outscored, but yeah.
8.
Same deal again. Stagger, lose a point, but that shakes them.
Both of them are shaking, aren't they?
Yep. You got to stagger though, Achilles.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a bigger deal for the other ones though, because those are 7s. And once again, we set the horse on fire.
I'm moving your guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got him. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks.
You can always move him back when you're done.
All right.
And back to the Austrians.
French.
Nope. French
French.
just
No.
French just moved. That creates
Now it's
an
my
interrupt.
fault. Yeah.
Aha! Smarty people.
Confusing you now.
Smarty people. Well, no, that's my fault too, huh?
Okay, so that one cost me 2 as well, right?
It did, yep.
You're trying to shift these guys up, put some pressure on,
Can I
or
can I swap these guys around? I can't, can I?
you can't. No, we don't have enough points. That'd be your penetration. You could
Yep.
like scoot him off this way and then move him up like that, though.
Okay.
You
That's
don't go
fine,
into the
unless
tree.
you got something better that you want to do.
I don't have enough points to do it, so I'll have to do.
And I can move him. I can't move him all 12.
Yeah, you can.
Oh no, I can because I can get him outside. The
Yeah,
eight.
so- but-
No, if you go, no, we don't have points to go to bad terrain.
Yep.
So you only get
Oh.
4.
We'll only get about to there.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I can move him back
Nope.
this way.
Nope.
Yeah,
you
but
can, only,
8
you can only go 4 because
You
you,
can only
you
still
can't
get the 4.
because you can't get
Gotcha.
out of
You
his
could-
range.
you can do is you can shift that guy to the right, and then that'll make enough room for this other guy to get up.
Yep.
You'll sort of mask the guns a bit, but we're already doing that, so
Yeah, your infantry's
Nope.
kind of doing that for you.
I mean, you can only go 4 anyway that way. I mean, you're doing stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense tactically, which is why you're suffering.
Right.
I like the fact that Lasalle punishes this. I truly do.
Okay,
that's this.
that's it for us.
All right, back to you to the French.
Okay. 2 points left. Use them wisely. Okay. Okay. The 5th Hussars. Pajol. Can you give me 8 inches off of your infantry for me? I think they're already in it or close to it.
They're pretty close.
Yeah, they're pretty close. Okay. So they move up to there, and that now they have what, 4 inches left?
They only got 4, yeah.
Okay. There we go. And it should cost me 2, right?
No, 1.
Oh, 1? Oh. Well. All right, that leaves me with 1 point remaining. Are these guys out of people's range over here? The 1st Battalion, 15th Laguerre,
Let
Gilly?
me see. There, yeah. Not quite there,
Okay.
unless Mike wants to call that
If,
different.
I mean, if you back off half an inch, they are. But are you
Yeah, I
thinking
was
of-
gonna
you're talking
try-
about rallying them?
Yeah, I was going to try to rally them.
You could still try. It just means they'll have a slightly worse chance of doing it.
Well, y'all tell me, and
Yeah,
I'm going to
they're
try it
inside
either way.
8. They are inside 8 inches, so you'd have to back them off.
I mean, you can still try to rally. It just means they rally on a 4 instead of a 3.
Okay, well, we'll try it.
All right. You got 4 dice. 4 dice for 4s.
I got 2.
3 would not have mattered. Unshaken.
And that is all my points.
All right. That is the end of turn 6, which is the halfway point. So we'll call it here.
Alrighty.
Just because I
Wait.
don't... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, that's sweet. I didn't think I would still be alive at this point.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, see, because as we said, the movements in Lasalle are nuts until you get close to the enemy. And then you've really gotta pre-plan the way, this is the sort of problem you're going to get into. How you deal with traffic in the face of the enemy. So, key question, initial impressions. Is this map big enough?
I think so.
Seems to be.
Yeah, I mean, having played
we're-
the Shaco one and this one, yeah, I don't see any significant difference.
I think it works well because at least for LaSalle, at least a lot of time when you want to move into contact in mass, because that's your most efficient way of moving into contact, because you're not moving in march columns, you're not going to get punched to the nose, and it gives you enough speed to get up close. And it's also how you generally want to assault because it gives you your most bang for your buck there. And so you do get these lines, but there's not a lot of cramming into things
Okay.
so far, especially even down here, really. Because even down here on my side of the board, I still want to be in mass until I really get into contact because I need to be able to move, get that speed going.
Okay.
Yeah,
Somebody
the
in forum
space.
says it should be twice as big.
Who?
Twice as big with 4 times the units, Tommy.
We did that. It was called Carolina's
Leipzig.
Assault.
Yeah. No, it should not, in fact, be twice as big. Stop it. The
I like Darlon's. That game just took a long time just because of the sheer number of stuff we had going on.
oh yeah, Derlun's assault. That's just a big scenario. I don't know how much the movement had to do with that. It certainly would have been more condensed if we'd have played it. So, and OJ, it sounds like it's. Would you make it unanimous that you think it's an okay size?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this number of units seems to fit perfectly in this space.
Yeah. No, I think I'm all right with it. I really am. Which means that the Shaco stuff is going to port directly to Lasalle from Michael Hopper's books, which is pretty awesome. I just got to remember to make sure I'm doing all my unit values the right way. Well, we will definitely come back here. Don't y'all worry. We will definitely come back here and finish up the second half. Let me save it here.
Yeah, I think about it, I think it does work out actually okay because on average, like the Shaco unit in line is 3 base widths, right? And so it's sized for that kind of. But then I had somewhere I was going with this, and then my mind decided to not go there. So sorry.
Decided to no longer join you. So
Yeah.
It agreed to go on a journey. No, look. There's so much I love about LaSalle. I think you're absolutely right, Chrono, that the rally system works so very well. I love the choices that the Austrians have to make. Yeah, they will absolutely smash the French in the face if they can get their hands around their necks.
Yeah, we've got the numbers. Our problem is we don't have enough command and control elements going on right now, and the terrain, like the terrain's bottlenecking us because right now, even to move like just these guys takes 2 momentum, and we usually have anywhere between 5 to 7. So that's
Right.
anywhere from a third to basically a half of our command for that turn gone.
Right.
Just moving one group up through the trees.
Yeah. No, it's so Achilles. What do you think of Lasalle since this is your first time at it?
I really like this. I like this actually better than Shaco. I really enjoy this. I love the different aspects of it. They seem like it almost seems like an evolutionary improvement from that system.
Oh yeah, I mean OJ has said this, and we've talked about this before, that in many ways Lasalle is Sam fighting, purging some personal demons, kind of in the way that I do when I do rants, But he just goes off and writes a brilliant rule set that, as I've said, is just insanely well polished.
Yeah, I mean, because you compare it to LaSalle, it's a very different game from LaSalle 1, which I think is much. I haven't played LaSalle 1 in a very, very long time, though, so I can't. My mind is not going to specifics.
Yeah, no. So this was great. So, well, what's going on? I don't know yet. I've got to figure out what everybody who joins our games, come on over to the Armchair Dragoons forums and check them out. We will have games next week. Don't you worry about it. It's possible we'll take a trip back to Afghanistan one more time, because I love, and I want to give Chrono a chance to redeem his dice rolls if he's around.
Oh no.
The also, however, the Two Fat Lardies have put out their summer lard, or their 2021 lard magazine. I already bought it. It's got Joe Wargamer's maps, that some of which you've seen for Chain of Command. It also, however, has a variant for sharp practice in the Sudan.
Ooh.
Which that right there is the cat's pajamas for me. So guarantee you will see something like that along the way.
That sounds fun.
I'm trying. So yeah, I think that would be just the best time. And I'm saying sometime, watch the channel. Sometime between Christmas and New Year, we will have a go at the 1809 campaign for Snappy Nappy, otherwise known as the stupidest game ever designed. Anyway, let's get one more big picture of the board. Just because I think, one of my standards of any Napoleonic rule set, does it make me look at a board and make me think, oh, that could have been a Napoleonic battlefield? And LaSalle absolutely does. I love this image of these Austrian battalions forming line and getting ready to push up. But I really also love this giant mass of Austrians. I also, by the way, I think I'm comfortable with the troop strengths, giving the Austrians those couple extra battalions to represent and give them the mass that they would have had. So I think that went well too.
Yeah, and I don't think it's too unbalancing, partly because we do have LaSalle does give us these command and control issues.
Right. Good point. Well, all right. There it is. I've saved it. I photographed it. We are all set. Let's take one last peek to the chat. Yeah. Cool.
It is summer in Australia now that I think of it.
It is at that. It is at that. They are now entering their summer season as our days up here get longer. Anyway, thanks so much, players, as always. And hey, it's a blast. Please, for those who observe, we're getting ready to head into Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everybody that enjoys it. And we will see you definitely before the new year with some more games. So thanks to everybody who played. Thanks to everybody who watched. Felker, you doing good over there?
I am.
All right. Well, until we see each other again, please take care of yourselves and one